Hello everybody, this is DreadPirateDuo here, and I'm recording my episode 13 of our Eco multiplayer series. I guess this one's solo, so we're not MP yet. I want to remind you that episode 13 was actually recorded after we did multiplayer episode 14. Unfortunately, I had to do that because I need to get the content on there, and I had a crazy week. So if you kind of want to hear me vent a little bit about some of the stuff I was going through, go ahead and look at the beginning of episode 12. I don't really want to be like a Debbie Downer or anything like that. I want to go ahead and make sure that I keep these interesting and don't complain. So I'm not very much of a complainer. I'm usually a very positive person, but it's been a trying week. So getting out of all of that mess, so you go ahead and take a look and see kind of what Coho and Game Edge and them were doing. So I'm over here at Coho's place. The door is open. Or it doesn't exist. Okay, cool. So the door doesn't exist. I'm not sure if he did that on purpose, or if that was a mistake, or if someone was trolling him and messing around. Surprisingly enough, he has actually left his doors unlocked. I'm not going to go down there and do his mine and stuff. Watch his video for that. The doors were closed. I don't want to basically show off anything that he has that he doesn't want people, or that he wants to show people himself. Now this door's locked, but that's his kiln and his bellows and everything, so he's probably smelting up a storm in there. So we're coming over to Game Edge's side here. This is where Game Edge's Pam and are living, and Game Edge has been doing a lot of work, right? He's been working pretty hard. This is his mine down here. He may have locked the door on us. Oh no, he did not. And, okay, he hasn't really done a whole lot. I think he's not been mining, he's been doing a lot of construction, which is pretty cool. He's been doing a lot of good work. Down here, it looks like he's been digging out some stone, and there's some coal, so he's probably been coming down here to get the materials he needs. He hasn't locked his chest, but... oh, he can't lock his chest because he hasn't owned this property. But he's got his coal and some stone in here, so I'm sure he's set. Let's go ahead and take a look up top, and let's take a look at what he's done, if he's left that unlocked. I delivered a bunch of lumber to him, so lumber roofing, so he could go ahead and play with the roof. He's been trying to make it look really cool, and he's been doing a pretty good job. He had I think if you watch one of his videos, he has a frustration because he has a hole in his roof and he has to find a way to fix it. So, okay, so I can't get into that side there in order to get up there and take a look. I can't get in there. So, I believe that he has that entire area locked off, or blocked off. Although, I can get back in here and get free food, I guess. I won't do that. Pam needs materials and she can't afford time to go out and keep gathering them. So here's the store, and the way the store is set up is, Pam has set all this stuff up that we could sell to her, and stuff we can buy from her. And I went ahead and purchased, I purchased some camas bulbs and a couple things. I've got some charred meat, an elk taco, meat pies, some bread, and some huckleberry muffins. And I'm using that to try to keep my skills per day, which I'm at currently 234, and that's low for what I was at. Try to keep my nutrition up. I'm not doing a very good job with getting my nutrition up, so it's unfortunate, but I don't know what to eat to make that better. What I'd like to get some items that have more fat in them, like some sausage, because my fat always gets behind, and anything that has fat in it usually that Pam has made so far has a lot more of other things like carbs or protein. So I'm having a hard time. I don't want to eat a bunch of tallow. Tallow is becoming harder for me to come by unless I go slaughter a bunch of animals. And to be honest, I'm not a big fan of the hunting. But that's Game Edge's edition that he put up top there. I would go check out his videos to see kind of what he did and how he did it. Know that some of them are pretty entertaining. And then what we have is what Bish has been working on out here, and he's made significant progress on it. I'm not sure who's been helping him. I've kind of tried, I wanted to come help, but everything's locked up, so I haven't been able to do anything. So there's tax office and town planner. He's really building this out and doing a pretty nice job. You peek in the windows to see what's going on there. There's a table out there. I don't think it has anything. There's the treasury, which looks like a giant bank vault, which is pretty. That's pretty cool. I like that graphic or that model. Another room back here. Though you have to go through the treasury to get to it, so I'm not sure how that works. And then another room back here. And then there's that, which mayor. It's not on the map, but I think that is like the town hall table. It's what makes the building the town hall. I honestly would have expected that to show up on the map here. So I see treasury, but that's all. But that's pretty cool. That's coming along. I don't know when we're going to get into that. I'm hoping it's going to be a multiplayer video so that we can all kind of understand what's going on and how we want to play with this particular setup. Unfortunately, it could be a single player video or a solo video, and if that's the case, then I'll go ahead and tell you which video it is so you can go take a look at it. Alright, so who's on our servers right now? Wait, I think Cage is off. Oh no, is that him? Yeah, there's Cage over there. So it looks like Cage is definitely on the server. My place, there's me. Yeah, I'm not seeing anybody else that's on right now. So it looks like it's probably just Cage and myself. Well, cool. Well, unfortunately, that's kind of all I had planned for this, and it's like a 6-minute video. I don't think I want to cut it at 6 minutes for you guys, because that's kind of a cop-out. I don't have a whole lot more to show you. Last video, I showed you kind of what I had set up there. I don't know if I showed you my store. I can show that. But I got the cement kiln up in there. That's kind of mostly what I have. I've got my powered cart, which you've seen a little while ago. I'll show you my store here. What I've chosen to do is I've chosen to sell lumber, mortared stone, bricks, and charcoal. I'm asking for logs, stone, huckleberry pie, and sausage. I've chosen huckleberry pie and sausage because they have a good combination of things, and I'm hoping that Pam will make them and trade some stuff with me. I have also chosen to make charcoal because it's superior to wood. It does produce a little bit of pollution, but it's superior to coal in the way that boards are superior. Well, I can't even say that. It's completely superior to coal. The reason why is it has the same amount of fuel, 20,000 joules, but I can stack up to 100 in a stack instead of getting stuck at 10. So with that being the case, charcoal's superior, and I'm hoping that I can use that to my advantage so people will actually buy that and trade me stuff to make charcoal and trade me stuff to eat. So we'll go from there. This bridge, I have not touched it at all for a while. So unfortunately, I'll get around to it. I think the mine was a higher priority. This mine has not really changed too much. I did change this room a bit. I could probably collect these bricks and this mortared stone to reclaim it and do something with it. But I may put a table or two down here eventually. I'm really not sure what I want to do with this area. I'm gonna have to expand, and I may do it down here. I may not. So here's my area where I'm digging out my coal and my copper. There's my copper vein. Cage is right over on that side of the wall there a little ways. And then here is my trash. And so all my tailings, I don't know what to do with them otherwise, so they're in chests down here. And my cart deeds, you'll see it, I don't know if you can see that, but it says deed for DreadPirateDuo's wood cart. It says at, and it has nothing there, meaning that cart no longer exists. So unfortunately, yeah, we don't have a great, we don't have a way of deleting the old deeds. Pam read something about it on the forums. That's something that we can do. It's kind of like a weird workaround. It's like a hack, but at the same time, it involves using storage and picking storage up, and that kind of bothers me because I've seen some really funky things with storage on the server, and I don't want to cause a problem. So, with that being said, I'll show you what I guess I can continue to work on this tunnel over here. Oh, farming! I completely forgot to talk to you guys about farming. Okay, so Eco 5.4 came out, and let's see, we're about 10 minutes in. I'm going to attempt to put up the patch notes for you while we talk about this, so you can see what I'm talking about. But Eco 5.4 has come out with some different fixes. There was a fix for the carts that basically allowed them to sit on top of the ground instead of in the ground when the server loads. It's really nice because now I can actually move them. They also did put a little fix in there for detecting what type of terrain it's on. I was getting some weird issues where when I was on grass, it would say it was 0% movement and I couldn't move my cart, they were stuck. Now it's like 80% movement and they're letting me move my cart, which, to be perfectly honest, is fantastic. Which is funny because I told you there's cart fixes, and then my cart's busted here. So that's kind of poetic. This unfortunate. This didn't happen before. So, oh crap. Okay, well I guess the fixes aren't 100%. They did acknowledge that there are significant issues with farming. They have not put that fix in this particular build. That is going to come in 5.5. They are, however, putting 5.5 snapshots out for us to try. I did try to update my test server with a 5.5 snapshot today, and it did not work. It failed miserably. I tried different snapshots to find something that was stable, and it failed. I'm worried that I'd have to restart the map, and it's not something that I want to do on the test server right now because I copied this map over, and I didn't want to mess around with that. I don't want to think about destroying this map. That's just a lot of work that we would all have down the drain. There's some other just basic fixes that they did. There were some performance improvements that we're seeing. They were supposed to have improved the FPS with the map. However, I'm not seeing that improvement in my frames per second. So I think they have some more optimization to do there. I'm going to be leaving the map closed for the time being. Yeah, other than that, they were talking about, you know, that they're going to try to get the version 5.5 out in a much faster manner than they got 4.4 from I'm sorry, 5.4 versus 5.3. So I'm looking forward to that. I really want to get into the farming aspect. We've been hoarding seeds over at Pam's place, so I kind of want to get that fixed. There have been a couple comments that I've been reading about people telling me to use like aqueducts to move water. Aqueducts don't work. They're supposed to move water without any loss from point A to point B. They don't. They have the same loss as normal blocks. So that's something that needs to be fixed. It was in their bug tracking, their Trello, that they don't work. So I know it's something on their plate to work with. And farming is just completely broken. So when I was doing experiments with farming, what I was trying to do is I was trying to see, could I find a workaround for farming? Could I find a way that I could make farming work even though it was horribly broken? So with that being the case, I was unable to. I tried a lot of stuff. I mean, you'll see more if you look at my more farming failures video, you'll definitely see me having a giant grid, which I made out of roads, to separate out all the pieces, and strategically trying to plant, you know, a piece of dirt here and nothing in like a 10 by 10 radius type thing, or a 10 by 10 diameter around that. And I couldn't produce. I was getting some camas, but I couldn't reproduce that over and over again. What ended up happening is I would then try to make it out a process where I would do the same thing, and I get different results. So again, reading through forums and talking with the devs there, they know that farming's broken. It's extremely hard. Someone labeled it brutal, which made me think, okay, there's a process, it's just really hard. But the devs said, no, it's just broken. I do appreciate everyone who's trying to give me some ideas on how we can get that working, but I think I've given up until 5.5. Now, there were some comments, people are like, hey, on our Eco server, we're doing great. We don't have any problems with farming. What I think happened, and this is my thought process, I don't know if this is actually what happened or not, but I think that the farm may have been started on a previous version of Eco where farming wasn't completely broken. There was previous versions of Eco around 5, between 5 and 5.2 that had farming working, and I'm curious if I planted a farm in 5.0 and then upgraded to 5.5. I'm sorry, upgrade to 5.4, if it would still continue to work, because it was planted at the earlier version, and all that information about the block and everything is written to the actual like save game file. That's what I'm thinking may have happened. I can be completely off base. I'm really guessing at this point. So it's something that in 5.5 I'm really hoping that I'm going to be able to get into farming and start working with that, because I really enjoyed to do some work with farming, but I'm really frustrated with what I've tried and not getting any results. Like, if I was getting some results and they just weren't what I wanted to see happen, then I'm cool with that. But not getting any results and finding any particular way to make it better for myself or the server, that's where my frustration was coming in. It is, I understand it's an early access game, and these guys are doing actually a really good job with their early access, and I wish them all the best. Any complaints I have are sheerly just me, venting some frustration. If it comes off as anything other than that, then I apologize. That's not what I am intending. So with that being said, I'm going to replace some of these dirt ramps with the asphalt, just because I can, to be honest. And also you'll notice. Oh, I'm sorry. You'll notice that the asphalt ramps are 4 wide versus 2 wide. Now, I don't know if that was changed or if that's the way that it was prior to me getting asphalt and prior to 5.4, but it's nice because it's easier for me to make those. But also, it makes sense because the cart is so damn big. So the cart takes up pretty much all 4 of those blocks. So it's nice to be able to make 1 block for all of that, instead of having to make 2 ramp pieces and keep building 2. So anyways, we're 17 minutes in. I apologize that I bored you with some of my commentary there. I didn't have as much of a plan getting into this. I just knew I needed to get a 12 and 13 out for you guys, just to kind of at least keep you current on what I was doing and what we were doing with the server. So if you have any comments or anything that you want to see, let me know. I'll do what I can to show you guys. I do want to get back into some of the more educational aspects of this game. I think that when I say educational, I kind of want to show you more of like what we're doing and why we're doing it, and getting the game mechanics into the game. So instead of the fun we've been having in the multiplayer, because I could see it being frustrating, wanting to learn more about the game, and then having all of us just kind of get on our multiplayer series and not really teach and just kind of play. So let me know if there's anything you're interested in seeing. I did some work about roads. I did a little bit more about the roads with the asphalt here. And other than that, I'm trying to think of what else I can do to show you. I definitely want to show you kind of how things work with, what do you call it? I'm losing my train of thought now. How things work with farming once that gets in place. That's definitely something that I want to do. The skill points and whatnot, I know I have not been very clear with how these skill points work. I've just kind of been putting them in. So I know I went over calories in the video. I went over kind of how calories equates to skill points and what your goal I guess should be when you're first starting off in the game. But I've unlocked a lot of stuff. I put 1,500 points in smithing to unlock and upgrade certain things. And there's a lot of different pieces here. So if there's anything you guys are interested in, please let me know. I'll do what I can to show you guys what's out there, or what you might want to look into when if you're considering getting the game, or if you have the game and you don't know which path you want to go down. Other than that, I'll keep looking at comments. I'll keep trying to answer to my best ability, and hopefully life kind of doesn't get in the way from me creating some videos, because to be perfectly honest, it's something that I enjoy. It's kind of like my gardening. I don't know if any of you guys have seen the whole 9 yards, or the whole 10 yards wasn't as good. But a movie with Matt Perry and I can see him. I can see the actor in my mind. He played I don't remember his name. I can imagine him though. Definitely not Bill Murray. Bruce Willis, that's what it was. It was pretty funny movie, whole 9 yards. I recommend it if you haven't seen it. It's got some not, I would say probably PG-13ish. It might be R, I don't remember. But before sitting down and watch it with the kids, definitely take a look at it and make sure it's safe for them. But I definitely recommend it. I enjoy the movie. In that movie, either the whole 9 or the whole 10 yards, what they do is they actually talk about how gardening is therapeutic. And I think even in like The Sopranos and stuff, they talked about that, where the mobsters use gardening to kind of escape. Well, this is kind of ego in playing games is kind of my only option for gardening per se. So that's why I'll continue to play it. And making the videos is fun too, because it forces me to think a little differently when I'm playing these and to engage with you guys a little more. So that's a lot of me babbling on about nothing in particular, but it all comes down to the fact that let me know what you guys want to see, and I'll do my best to provide you some interesting content there. Before I drone on again, which happens when I get tired, I tend to talk a lot, I'm going to say you guys have a great day, have a good night, whatever it might be where you are, and I will talk to you next time.